Picture this for a moment. It's early August. The tomatoes are still producing, but the lettuce has become bitter. The peas are finished. Radishes are long gone. Empty spaces are starting to appear throughout the garden. Many gardeners look at those empty beds and think, the season is winding down. That assumption costs more harvest than almost any other gardening mistake. In reality, August is one of the most valuable planting months of the entire year. The soil is naturally warm, daylight is still generous, and many vegetables actually perform better when they begin life in late summer instead of early spring. If you understand which crops appreciate heat and how to work with the calendar instead of against it, those empty garden beds can become productive all over again. Today, we're looking at 9 vegetables and herbs that thrive when planted in August. Along the way, you'll also learn why timing matters more than temperature, how to prepare beds for a second growing season, and the simple habits experienced gardeners use to harvest well into autumn. But first, here's something that surprises many gardeners. The calendar doesn't determine whether planting succeeds. The soil does. A packet of seeds doesn't know it's August. Seeds respond to moisture, temperature, oxygen, and light, not the page on your calendar. That's why understanding soil conditions is far more important than worrying about the month itself. Warm-season vegetables evolved in regions where heat wasn't an obstacle. The heat was normal. Their seeds are programmed to wake up quickly in warm ground. Instead of struggling through chilly spring soil, many of these crops germinate rapidly when soil temperatures reach roughly 70 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit. That means stronger emergence, faster root development, and quicker harvests. Here's another advantage many people overlook. By August, many weeds have already finished their biggest growth surge. Some early-season insect populations are also beginning to decline, allowing certain late plantings to avoid the heavy pest pressure that affected spring crops. That's one reason experienced vegetable gardeners rarely leave productive beds sitting empty. As soon as one crop finishes, another one takes its place. Before planting anything, spend just a few minutes preparing the bed. Remove old plant material, especially anything showing signs of disease. Loosen the top few inches of soil without disturbing deeper layers. Mix in finished compost to replace nutrients used by the previous crop. Water thoroughly before sowing so seeds enter evenly moist soil. Finally, add a light layer of mulch after seedlings emerge to help keep the soil consistently moist during late summer heat. That simple routine gives new seedlings the best possible start. Now let's begin with one of the fastest producers you'll ever grow. Number 1. Bush beans. If someone asked for just one dependable vegetable to plant in August, bush beans would be near the top of the list. Unlike pole beans that require months of climbing and extended support systems, bush beans stay compact and mature quickly. Many reliable varieties begin producing in only 50 to 55 days. That's fast enough for gardeners across much of North America to enjoy a generous harvest before frost arrives. Bush bean seeds appreciate warm soil. When temperatures stay above about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, germination often happens in less than a week. Compare that with cool spring planting, when seeds may sit for much longer before emerging. Directly sow seeds about 1 inch deep. Leave roughly 3 to 4 inches between plants, with rows spaced far enough apart for good airflow and easy harvesting. Choose a location receiving at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight every day. Beans don't enjoy being transplanted because their roots dislike disturbance. Plant them exactly where they'll mature. One common mistake is adding excessive nitrogen fertilizer. Beans naturally work with beneficial soil bacteria to capture nitrogen from the atmosphere. Too much fertilizer often produces lush leaves instead of heavy pod production. Instead, enrich the soil with compost before planting and allow the plants to do the rest. Here's a professional harvesting tip. Never wait until pods become oversized. Harvest while pods are slender, crisp, and tender. Frequent picking encourages continuous flowering, meaning the plant keeps replacing every harvest with another. Want an even longer harvest? Plant another short row about 10 days after the first. Instead of receiving every bean at once, you'll enjoy fresh harvests over a much longer period. Before we move on, here's a question. Have you ever noticed how some vegetables seem happier during a heat wave while others completely fall apart? The next crop explains exactly why. Number 2. Okra. Few vegetables embrace hot weather like okra. In fact, cool weather is often the biggest reason gardeners struggle with this crop. Plant it too early in spring, and growth can be painfully slow. Plant it into warm August soil, and it often seems to come alive almost overnight. Okra originated in tropical regions where intense sunshine and high temperatures are normal growing conditions. That's why it flourishes during weather that makes many leafy vegetables wilt. Soak seeds overnight before planting to soften the seed coat and encourage quicker germination. Plant seeds about 1 inch deep. Space plants 12 to 18 inches apart so mature plants have room to develop strong stems and healthy airflow. Choose a site with full sun from morning until evening. Water deeply rather than frequently. Deep watering encourages roots to travel downward where moisture remains available longer during hot weather. Companion plants such as basil, peppers, and marigolds can help create a productive late summer planting while supporting beneficial insects. One mistake catches nearly every new okra grower: waiting too long before harvesting. Young pods remain tender for only a short time. Check plants every day or two, harvesting pods while they're still about 2 to 4 inches long. Once pods become overly mature, they quickly turn tough and fibrous. The reward for regular harvesting is remarkable. The more consistently you pick, the longer the plants continue producing. Now here's an interesting observation. Many gardeners think August is when productivity declines, but the next vegetable often proves the exact opposite. Number 3. Summer squash. If your spring zucchini plants are looking tired, don't assume squash season is finished. A fresh planting in August can completely renew production. Summer squash grows quickly enough that many varieties begin producing within 45 to 55 days. That fits comfortably into the remaining growing season across many regions. There's another hidden advantage. Many of the insects that attack your earliest squash have already completed their most damaging life cycle. Although pests can still appear, late plantings often experience noticeably less pressure than crops started in spring. Directly sow seeds about 1 inch deep. Plant 2 or 3 seeds together, then thin to the strongest seedling after emergence. Provide rich soil with plenty of organic matter and keep moisture consistent throughout the growing season. Squash loves full sunlight. Aim for at least 8 hours daily whenever possible. Companion plants such as nasturtiums and dill can help attract beneficial insects while supporting pollinators that improve fruit production. Harvest frequently. Small zucchini are usually sweeter, more tender, and encourage the plant to continue flowering. Allowing fruit to become oversized sends a signal that seeds have matured, reducing future production. If you've ever wondered why one squash plant suddenly stopped producing, there's a good chance a giant hidden zucchini was left beneath the leaves. We'll move to another fast-growing favorite that performs exceptionally well during late summer, and it might produce the crispest harvest of the entire gardening season. Number 4. Cucumbers. Most gardeners think of cucumbers as a crop that belongs exclusively to spring. In reality, an August planting can produce some of the finest cucumbers you'll harvest all year. Warm soil speeds up germination, and the gradually cooling nights of early fall often improve flavor and texture. The result is fruit that's crisp, refreshing, and less likely to develop bitterness when plants receive steady moisture. Choose fast-maturing varieties if your first frost isn't far away. Bush cucumbers are excellent for smaller gardens, while vining varieties make the most of vertical space. Sow seeds about 1 inch deep, spacing plants according to the variety you're growing. If you're using a trellis, allow enough room for good airflow. Lifting vines off the ground keeps fruit cleaner, reduces disease problems, and makes harvesting much easier. Cucumbers demand consistent watering. 1 week of dry soil followed by heavy watering often produces misshapen or bitter fruit. Water deeply at the base of the plant early in the morning, keeping leaves as dry as possible to reduce fungal diseases. Companion plants such as dill, nasturtiums, and radishes can help attract beneficial insects while discouraging certain pests. Here's a professional tip many gardeners overlook. Harvest cucumbers before they become oversized. Young fruits encourage continuous flowering, while overripe cucumbers filled with mature seeds tell the plant that its life cycle is nearly complete. Checking vines every day during peak production keeps plants producing longer. Now let's switch from fruiting vegetables to a leafy crop that completely changes how gardeners think about summer greens. Number 5. Malabar spinach. If you've struggled to keep traditional spinach alive through summer, you're not alone. True spinach prefers cool weather. Once temperatures climb, it quickly bolts, producing flowers instead of tender leaves. Malabar spinach solves that problem beautifully. Although its name includes spinach, it's actually a tropical climbing vine that flourishes in hot, humid weather. While ordinary spinach fades away, Malabar spinach is just getting started. Its thick, glossy leaves have a mild flavor that works well both fresh and cooked. The succulent texture also helps the plant tolerate periods of intense summer heat. Because the seeds have a tough outer coating, soaking them overnight before planting often improves germination. Plant seeds about ½ an inch deep in rich, well-drained soil. Provide a trellis, fence, or sturdy support immediately after planting. The vines climb enthusiastically once warm weather encourages rapid growth. This crop enjoys full sun, although gardeners in extremely hot climates may notice even better performance with light afternoon shade. Harvest frequently by pinching tender shoot tips instead of removing entire stems. Each pinch encourages branching, creating a fuller vine and dramatically increasing leaf production over time. Here's something many first-time growers discover. The hotter the weather becomes, the happier this plant seems. When many leafy vegetables are struggling just to survive, Malabar spinach is often producing faster than families can eat it. That's exactly why it deserves a place in every August planting guide. But if you think Malabar spinach handles heat well, the next crop raises the bar even higher. Number 6. Cowpeas. Also known as southern peas, black-eyed peas, or field peas. Cowpeas are among the toughest vegetables you'll ever grow. Originally adapted to hot climates, they continue growing when many other crops begin slowing down. If your garden includes a dry corner where vegetables usually disappoint, cowpeas may completely change your opinion of that space. They thrive in full sunshine, tolerate drought remarkably well after establishment, and improve the soil at the same time. Like beans, cowpeas belong to the legume family. Beneficial bacteria living on their roots capture nitrogen from the atmosphere, naturally enriching the soil for future crops. That's one reason many gardeners use them not only for food, but also as a cover crop before the next planting season. Directly sow seeds about 1 inch deep after watering the bed thoroughly. Allow several inches between plants and provide full sunlight throughout the day. Unlike vegetables that demand constant attention, cowpeas perform surprisingly well with minimal care once established. Avoid the temptation to overwater. Their deep root system is designed to search for moisture below the soil surface. Harvest young pods for fresh eating, or allow pods to mature if you prefer shelling peas or dry beans for storage. Once dried properly, the peas store exceptionally well, giving you homegrown food long after the gardening season has ended. Here's an important reminder before you plant anything else this August. Fast growth doesn't happen by accident. Warm soil helps seeds germinate, but consistent moisture during those first few weeks determines whether seedlings become vigorous plants or disappointing failures. Keep newly planted beds evenly moist until seedlings establish strong root systems. After that, deep, less frequent watering almost always produces healthier vegetables than shallow daily watering. The final 3 crops reveal an important lesson about August gardening. A successful late summer garden is not just about finding plants that survive heat. It is about choosing plants that become stronger because of it. These next vegetables and herbs connect the warm days of August with the cooler conditions of autumn, creating a bridge between summer production and fall harvest. Number 7. Amaranth. When most gardeners think about leafy greens, they imagine crops that prefer cool temperatures. Lettuce, spinach, arugula. But amaranth belongs to a completely different category. This ancient crop was cultivated for thousands of years because it could produce nutritious food under difficult growing conditions. Heat, strong sunlight, and dry weather are not problems for amaranth. They are advantages. During August, when many traditional greens struggle, amaranth continues growing rapidly, producing large quantities of edible leaves. For gardeners looking for reliable vegetables to plant in August, this is one of the most overlooked choices. Amaranth can be grown for both leaves and seeds, but many home gardeners grow it primarily as a heat-loving leafy vegetable. The young leaves are tender, nutritious, and can be cooked in many of the same ways as spinach. To plant amaranth, prepare a fine seed bed because the seeds are extremely small. Scatter seeds lightly across the soil surface and cover them with only a thin layer of soil. They need warmth and light to germinate successfully. Once seedlings emerge, thin them so plants have enough space to develop. Crowded plants compete for sunlight and produce smaller leaves. Amaranth performs best in full sun and handles heat remarkably well. It is also more forgiving than many vegetables when soil quality is less than perfect. However, adding compost before planting will encourage stronger growth and larger harvests. One of the best harvesting methods is to regularly cut young leaves and growing tips. This encourages branching and creates a bushier plant with more edible growth. Think of it like pruning herbs. The more strategically you harvest, the more the plant responds with fresh new growth. If allowed to mature, amaranth will eventually produce impressive seed heads. These seeds can be harvested and used as a grain, adding another level of usefulness to an already valuable garden crop. But there is another crop that handles August heat while preparing your garden for autumn. Number 8. Swiss chard. Swiss chard is one of the most dependable vegetables for gardeners who want a long harvest season. It has a unique ability to tolerate both summer warmth and cooler fall temperatures. That makes it an ideal choice for late summer planting. Unlike many leafy greens that quickly bolt when exposed to heat, Swiss chard continues producing through changing weather conditions. An August planting allows the crop to establish during warm soil conditions, then reach peak production as temperatures begin to cool. This timing is what makes it such a valuable addition to a fall vegetable garden. Swiss chard grows best in fertile soil with consistent moisture. Plant seeds about ½ inch deep. Remember that chard seeds are actually clusters, meaning several seedlings may emerge from one seed. Once plants develop, thin them carefully so each plant has enough room. Space plants around 6 to 12 inches apart depending on how large you want them to grow. Full sun produces the fastest growth, but chard can tolerate partial shade, especially in warmer climates where afternoon temperatures become intense. Keep the soil evenly moist. Dry conditions can slow growth and make leaves tougher. One of the biggest advantages of chard is its harvesting method. Do not remove the entire plant. Instead, collect the largest outer leaves while leaving the central growing point untouched. This allows the plant to continue producing fresh leaves for weeks or even months. Choose colorful varieties such as bright lights if you want a garden crop that provides both food and visual appeal. The colorful stems remain attractive even when many summer flowers begin fading. Swiss chard also has excellent frost tolerance. Light frost may actually improve the sweetness of the leaves. With protections such as row covers or mulch, many gardeners can extend harvests much further into autumn. And now we come to the final crop, a plant that proves August is not a decline in the gardening season. It is often the moment when certain crops reach their peak. Number 9. Basil. Basil is usually associated with early summer gardens, but many gardeners make the mistake of assuming their basil plants are finished by August. The opposite is often true. Late summer provides exactly the conditions basil prefers. This herb originated in warm regions and thrives when temperatures remain high. Long sunny days, warm soil, and regular harvesting create explosive growth. By August, spring-planted basil may be tall, flowering, and losing quality. A fresh planting gives you young, productive plants just as older ones begin declining. Basil seeds are tiny, so plant them only lightly beneath the soil surface. They need warmth to germinate quickly. Choose a sunny location with rich, well-draining soil. Keep plants consistently watered, especially during hot periods. The secret to productive basil is harvesting correctly. Never allow the plant to focus all its energy on flowers. As soon as flower buds appear, pinch them away. Then remove the growing tips just above a set of leaves. This encourages the plant to branch outward instead of growing tall and weak. A single well-maintained basil plant can produce a surprising amount of leaves when harvested properly. For classic flavor, varieties like Genovese basil are excellent choices. For gardeners who preserve food, August basil is perfect for making pesto, freezing leaves, or drying herbs for winter use. Now that the 9 crops are clear, the next step is creating a system. Because the secret of a productive August garden is not planting once. It is replacing finished crops immediately. The August second season garden system. Many gardeners lose valuable weeks because they wait too long after a crop finishes. A lettuce bed becomes empty. A pea trellis sits unused. A harvested bean row remains bare. But every empty space represents potential food. The moment a spring or early summer crop finishes, prepare that area for its next purpose. Remove old plants. Add compost. Refresh the surface soil. Water thoroughly. Then plant immediately. Do not wait for cooler weather. The warm soil is an advantage. For continuous harvests, use succession planting. Instead of planting an entire row of beans or cucumbers at once, divide planting into smaller sections. Plant one section this week, another section 7 to 14 days later. This creates a steady supply instead of one overwhelming harvest. Remember, August gardening has one major requirement: moisture. Warm soil speeds growth, but seeds still need consistent water to begin life. Check newly planted areas frequently. A small seedling can fail quickly when exposed to hot, dry conditions. Mulch is another powerful tool. A layer of organic mulch helps regulate soil temperature, reduces evaporation, and protects young roots. August is often misunderstood. Many gardeners see the hottest part of the year and assume the opportunity is past. But experienced vegetable growers know something different. Late summer is not the end of the garden. It is the beginning of a second growing season. The same heat that causes some crops to struggle creates perfect conditions for others. Bush beans can race toward harvest. Okra can thrive. Squash and cucumbers can replace tired spring plants. Malabar spinach can provide fresh greens when traditional spinach fails. Cowpeas can transform difficult areas into productive spaces. Amaranth, Swiss chard, and basil can carry your garden deep into autumn. The most productive gardens are not the ones that simply start early. They are the ones that keep adapting. So before leaving your garden beds empty this August, look again. There may still be weeks of sunshine waiting to be converted into food. Clear a space. Refresh the soil. Choose the right crops. And turn late summer into the beginning of your biggest fall harvest yet. If this August planting guide helped you rethink your garden, consider sharing it with another gardener who might be ready to give up too early. And remember, a garden doesn't end when summer begins to fade. A skilled gardener simply starts the next season.